Next on Worcester News tonight, a proposal to help deter drownings at Worcester Pond, what one city councilor is suggesting. Plus, keeping city youth safe. The Worcester Police Department hosted 16th annual gang camp. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Businesses in the Blackstone Valley meeting this morning to discuss the state's new grand bargain law. Some are not happy about it, saying the increase in minimum wage creates uncertainty about how they will cover the added cost. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us now to explain. Rosalind?
Olivia, the law was signed by Governor Baker in June, increasing the minimum wage to $15 an hour, making some small businesses nervous for the future. Managers at Package Steel Systems in Sutton are upset about the state's new grand bargain bill signed into law in June.
We hire people at $15 an hour, welders coming out of trade school. So when the minimum wage goes up to $15, it's going to be like an accordion.
Tuesday, dozens of small businesses met at the Blackstone Valley Chamber of Commerce to discuss how the law will impact their business. Many seem to be concerned.
For them, these are costs that add up. It's going to be very difficult for them to absorb this cost.
The grand bargain allows up to 12 weeks of paid family leave for all workers. It gradually increases the minimum wage from $11 to $15 an hour by 2023, and it requires the state to hold a sales tax holiday every summer.
It's going to cause real-world decisions that are going to be very tough for a lot of small business owners to make.
State Representative Kevin Kuros owns a small business. He voted against the bill.
I think what we saw here today was a lot of business owners struggling with the uncertainty of what this means to them.
Package Steel Systems employs 41 people. They recently designed and fabricated the Worcester Ice Center. The company's president says ultimately the increased costs from the law will fall on the consumer.
The more we have to pay on the minimum wage and the more we have to, pay the grade scales, it kind of trickles down. And ultimately, the consumer ends up paying more for their product.
Now, people in support of the law are calling it a victory. It also eliminates time and a half pay on holidays and Sundays. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Heavy rain moving across central Massachusetts this afternoon, causing flash flooding and damage in Worcester and the surrounding area. A lightning strike is most likely the cause of a 2-alarm fire in Sterling. The homeowner says he heard a loud boom and saw an orange light in the sky. Minutes later, Joe Green realized his garage was on fire.
I heard the lightning, then like 3 minutes later my smoke alarm went off and that was it.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. According to the National Weather Service, a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect until 7 p.m. this evening. And the rainstorms causing flash flooding in Worcester this evening. Several streets in the city were flooded and traffic was moving slow. A flash flood watch is in effect until 10 o'clock. We have crews out covering the storms this evening and we'll have more at 10 p.m. We'll get more details in our local forecast a little later in the newscast. The drowning of a 13-year-old boy at Bell Pond in Worcester is sparking conversation on how to make the pond safer. Omari Hector died after being pulled from the water. He was swimming after beach hours when lifeguards were off duty. District 2 City Councilor Candy Merrow Carlson is presenting an order to City Council Tuesday to discuss solutions to prevent more drownings there. She's proposing the city discuss the feasibility of filling the deep area of the pond with sand or rocks.
There's a 12-foot drop up there that always is where we lose lives. And, we lose lives, and I think if we could do something about it, can we fill that in so that this never happens again?
Worcester DPW says filling the pond would require extensive research and permitting with hard-to-predict results. Swimmers are not allowed in the pond when lifeguards aren't on duty. A GoFundMe page for the 13-year-old drowning victim's family has almost surpassed its goal. Omari Hector's friend Tommy Vanassi and his father Dennis started the GoFundMe page. It set a goal to raise $15,000. To date, it has reached almost $14,000. For the 16th year, the Worcester Police Department hosts its annual gang camp. It aims to help at-risk youth make healthy decisions while building relationships with officers. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now with more. Chandler?
Olivia, the program offers active and fun activities for the kids to bond with officers. And today they bonded on the skating rink.
Look at these kids behind us. Have you ever seen anybody so happy in your life?
Worcester kids take the ice with a helping hand from police. They had the chance to skate at the Worcester Ice Center, kicking off the Worcester Police Gang Unit's 16th annual gang camp.
I'm not trying to jinx it, but I'm doing pretty good.
100 kids participate each week in the program's 3-week run. For many of them, it was their first time skating.
I don't know how many of them even seen ice before. To get them out here on skates, it's amazing.
Gang camp is designed to prevent Worcester youth from joining gangs. It keeps them off the street when school's out for summer. Alizea Atherley started going to camp when she was 8 and now is a staff member. She says the camp teaches kids valuable lessons while having fun.
It gives kids awareness towards gangs and why they shouldn't join them and what could happen to their life if they do.
The program also strengthens relationships between the officers and at-risk youth.
Whatever perceptions are out there, those are all broken down. These kids love these officers. I mean, adore them.
Sean Frijon is a gang unit officer. The program is special to him. He worked as a staff member when he was just 16. He says he sees the impact of camp year-round.
We're done with the camp and we see them on the street when we're actually working on patrol, and they say hi and then they say, oh, we'll be at gang camp next year.
And Officer Frijon says camp goes a long way down the road. He says it continues to help kids as they get older, making good decisions and staying in school. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
It's one of the most dangerous times of the year for teenagers to be behind the wheel. According to AAA, the number of fatal crashes involving teens will see a near 15% increase during the summer. Tonight, we're hearing from police who are looking to combat the problem. Our Cam Jandro has the story.
This was with another distracted driver.
Oxford police officer Kevin Mercier monitors traffic during rush hour Monday. He describes distracted driving as a high-frequency problem, especially in younger drivers.
They're Snapchatting, Facebooking, Instagram, all those things, and it's very hard for them to put those things down and just focus on driving.
According to AAA, teen driver accidents will kill roughly 10 people daily from Memorial Day to Labor Day. It's known as the 100 Deadliest Days for teen drivers. Oxford police showed us these photos of recent accidents, highlighting the damage if drivers aren't paying attention behind the wheel or are operating under the influence.
We don't want to make phone calls or knock on doors and tell a parent that their son or daughter has been injured or worse, been killed in a traffic crash.
The Central Massachusetts Safety Council teaches thousands of young drivers every year. For instructor Gail Marie Erickson, advances made in vehicles have created problems in some ways.
With technology being added to the cars, I believe consumers are more interested in that. It opens the door to more distraction behind the wheel because it's almost the car truly is driving for itself.
Erickson says there are numerous distractions she sees on a regular basis.
Putting on cosmetics, shaving, putting on fingernail polish, even just horsing around in the car.
Sunday was the halfway point of the 100 Deadliest Days. Officer Mercier hopes traffic signs and messages on social media can make the remaining time more safe.
We'll never have zero accidents, but if that's our goal, that's something that we're going to do to try to reduce crashes, reduce injuries, and reduce deaths.
Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Stearns Tavern is one step closer to completion. City Manager Edward Augustus is recommending a $500,000 loan order for the final phase of renovations. The money will be put towards finishing the interior of the building. Preservation Worcester says the main structure is more than 200 years old and a lot of the infrastructure did not meet modern code requirements. Things like heating, ventilation, and air conditioning will need to be replaced.
We thought that we had enough, as I said before, but it turns out that some of the systems, because of the move and their age, they need to be replaced. So we need to work on that.
And the council will take up the city manager's recommendation for the $500,000 borrowing at tonight's meeting. Another marijuana company is eyeing land in Charlton for a potential facility. Fourscore Holdings held a public meeting in town Monday in hopes of hearing residents' questions and concerns. The meeting comes just a week after 3 Charlton residents filed a lawsuit against the Board of Selectmen for allegedly concealing negotiations with another marijuana company. Fourscore says it doesn't deter them. They're hoping to get their project out there and discuss the benefits with the community.
We get from the public tonight, we'll take it all into consideration, and hopefully we can come out with a better project at the end of it.
Fourscore Holdings is unrelated to the other facility trying to move to Charlton. The company is trying to seek approval from Charlton's Board of Selectmen.